And we are live Sunday night. Welcome to DeWitt 3D Canada. Hello, everybody that's out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's see who's here already, and then we'll talk about the elephant in the room. Astro Printer, hello, Liam. Thanks for being in so early. 2 more hours to wait. Oh my goodness, you're an eager beaver there. I don't think you waited around for 2 hours watching the screen, but hey, Brendan Wilson, yo. Non-fam as always, 3D printing newbie Milan. How are ya? Saw you over on Richard's stream today. Awesome. The Apprentice is here. And Jason, gotcha, my tech support man. How are you? Printer Prawn is here, and 3D Experiments and Stream Elements has always got my back. So let's see. We have 13 people watching. We're streaming dual. We're streaming on YouTube and Twitch. Raise your right hand if you're streaming. If you're watching on YouTube. Okay, cool. Raise your left hand if you're watching on Twitch. All right. Raise both hands if you're excited for this stream. Ooh, look at that. Don't ask, guys. It's just a happy rabbit. I was cold. This has warmed my ears up. Right, left, 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 right, left. This was a kind of a gift that I was sort of dared, I don't know, to war. I actually volunteered. So it's chilly night here. Yeah, and just prior to this show starting, have you ever done where you're cold and I just got a bling. Oh my goodness, Chris Travis, 2-month subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the subscription, Chris. That helps a lot. Thank you so much. Yes, Andrew, I was bringing that up as well. I was going to be a little more serious with it, but yeah, thank you to everybody who's helped out Richard Cleveland on the First Layer channel so far. He was able to start streaming again today, thanks to all your help. That GoFundMe page is still up. I'll post the link a little later in the stream, but thank you to everybody who did that. It was so good to see him streaming again today, so thank you. Need to buy him a onesie. No, actually, just prior to the stream, I threw this in the dryer for 5 minutes. And have you ever done that? Get out of a shirt and pull it right out of the dryer, put it on, and it just warms you to the core. So that's what I did with this sweater. I had my Jamaican shirt on, but it was just too chilly down here. So yeah, welcome to winter here. So a new low. What do you mean, Liam, a new low? You know what? That's not even worth giving you 2 ears up for that. Okay? 1 ear, you get 1 ear maybe. I don't know if it's worth that ear or this ear. I don't know what you mean by a new low. What is wrong with this? Isn't this more Twitch-like? Yeah, this is kind of low for YouTube, isn't it? It's more of a Twitch thing. Don't worry. I'll take it off now, okay? Like, oh, just mind my hair is going to be all messed up from it. There we go. Anyways, welcome everybody who's here. Bionic, hello. Thank you. Chris Travis is here. And Chris Travis was nice enough to subscribe for 2 months. I appreciate that. HVAC A to Z, you got up to 75 today. You're bragging. I don't want to hear that. Still winter. We're not going to see those kind of temperatures for another couple months. And even then, I look like a floppy bird. Yes. Hey, Kieran, how are you? And Michael Castle, hello, welcome. So what we are doing this evening is taking another look. As you all, for those of you who tuned in last week, it was kind of a didn't go as planned because we put this hot end shroud, or whatever you want to call this. I call it a shroud, you know, the little encasing for the fans and the hot end. But it wouldn't fit. The original plan was to put this Dragonfly hot end on this Ender 3 V2, but the heatsink on this is too wide compared to the Creality heatsink. So I had one of these Micro Swiss all metal hot ends sitting around, but as we see, this was not made for it, and the nozzle sits way below the cooling fans. And what was happening when we did a test print, which I tossed out, but it was basically the printer had a hard time keeping the hot end to temperature because these fans are constantly cooling the block off. So what I did was, again, from this, hope today looks at the printer will be the correct look. Yeah. So what we did is we printed a new hot end mount shroud, whatever you want to call this, that was made, again, designed by Sana. And this was designed for the Dragonfly hot end. Look at that. It fits in there nicely. So we're gonna pop this one off, put this one on. Okay. Let's get back to this guy here. I also printed this one, which is designed again for the Creality with hot end. And this one here takes two part cooling fans, this size fan here, which is I don't know what size. This looks like a 4010 or a 4020 fan, 24 volt. I think what I'm going to do is save this because apparently in April, hey, Paul Cumber, going well, thank you. In April, apparently E3D is coming out with the Revo CR version, which is a drop-in replacement for the Creality hot end. So I'm probably going to pick up one of those Revo drop-in replacements for the Creality hot end and try it. And when I do, I will put this to use because I like this color. I just printed this one this color because I happen to have a roll of PET G sitting around, and 2.5-year-old roll of PET G that I've never used, unboxed, no bag around it, and it printed beautifully. So I don't mind the color. Looks a little more orange. Actually, it's a pretty accurate color there. It's like a bright orange. It's supposed to be red, but it's more of a bright orange. I almost call it a, what's that fruit that comes out? Nice bright orange inside. Not a kumquat, but anyways, I digress. So that's what we're doing. Scott Lemke, hello and welcome. You had to design and print a spacer for your Dragonfly BMS to accommodate the heat block on your Ender 3 Pro. Okay. Yeah, it's not a direct swap out for the Creality style hot ends, definitely, because it's a little bit, yeah, and I'm wondering about what you're saying there. I see what you're saying. So you had to do a spacer. Oh, okay, because the block sticks out a little bit more. And I don't think I'll have that issue with this based on the fact it's going to hang down a little lower. But I can see where you're coming from there, where the Creality heat block is basically flush across the whole back. And the Dragonfly heat block is kind of, it's got a sticky outie. So I see exactly where you're coming from there. So it just depends on the mount. And the mount on the Ender 3 Pro is probably a little bit different than this one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, if it'll fit right on or if I have to print spacers as well. Don't talk about temperatures in South Florida, Brendan, please. I will just be jealous. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly the problem, right? Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. This one, I have a feeling that when I mount it, it's going to be a little bit below that rail, so I should be okay. So we'll see what happens here. So let's get this thing disassembled. Now I have, let me grab my tools here. And if my head starts getting cold, I'm going to put that bunny hat on again. So, or if anybody wants me to put the bunny hat on and flop my ears, I do that for super chats. Just so you know, I'm just saying. Okay. That may sound petty. I've got a couple camera views here, guys. I've got this camera view here, which is useless because you can't see the printer. I got this camera view here. I do have a close-up side view of this thing. I have this guy here, and I have the overhead. So I'm just going to go with this view for now, so you can kind of see whichever view you want there. Oh, Jason, yeah. Thanks, man. Makes me feel good. So let's go with this view here, so you guys can kind of get whatever angle you want to see me doing this stuff. So I'm just gonna remove remove all this really nice wire cable management I did last week, and we'll rip off this hot end I put on here last week. Let's get the fans off. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful week this week. Hope everybody's doing good. Fly vision. You like the fly vision? The overhead view is not really the most, I don't know, accommodating for this one, but I don't have another camera set up to put in that top left screen, so whatever. And this is probably okay if you're watching on a desktop, but I'm sure this is probably not the best view if you're watching on a mobile device. So, but that's if you're watching on a mobile device, you're brave. Oh, I just gotta grab my bunny hat's in the way here. Gotta grab my there we are. In here, spare parts drawer in here. I'm just gonna grab my little catch-all magnet tray here. Because I was just gonna say I lost that one screw already. So, and I know last week somebody said four screws and the fan's overkill, but yeah, I know. Especially now when I got to take them all out, right? So, do you have your floor magnets powered up? Yeah, that'd be funny to have. Yeah, we're supposed to get snow tomorrow, Liam. We're supposed to get 80% chance of snow tomorrow, but yeah, we got snow over the weekend, but it was a dusting. I can actually the last couple snowfalls I was able to use my leaf blower. I have a 67 or 630 cubic foot per minute leaf blower. It's a massive beast. And I'm able to blow snow pretty much anywhere from that. You were playing in the snow in Arizona the last 2 days. Well, they get snow in Arizona, Jason. I mean, I know you're probably kidding, but they do. I've been to Arizona. Sedona? Was it Sedona where I was, where they had snow? Anyways, yeah. So they get some snow out there. Just don't eat yellow snow. Wise words for anybody. There we go. And I just held this one in with 2 screws. Okay, if you want to get technical, they're bolts. You're in the summertime though, Karen. Oh, that didn't sound good. What the heck happened to my... Okay, well, that's another problem I have to look at. So, I don't know if you can see. My belt is extremely loose for some reason. Oh, this just came loose. Oh, well, how did that come loose? My belt tensioner came stupid loose on my... That's a good tune. Hey, Hutchmaker Space. That was weird. That belt just... This thing seems to work its way loose. I don't know. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that right now. So, okay, so there's those 2 pieces off. I think I've got a screw in the back here. I've got to take out a bolt in the back. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a Phillips. A Phillips. So let me get my handy dandy little mini kit out here. And my Phillips head. You guys just talk amongst yourself. Oh, I was going to put some music on. Let me know if this is too loud. Come on, Matt. I just kicked myself out of my stream. Hey, Jerry. Hopefully I'm live again now. I just kicked myself out of my stream. Okay. I'm going to throw some music in here. Dum, 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 dum. Let's turn that volume way down. Let's add this to the stream. There we go. And you guys let me know. Let me know if that's too loud or if that's good. Yeah, let me know if this is good. Okay. Yeah, I can't believe I booted myself out of the stream. Got to put the mouse kind of off to the side here so I'm not dangerously close to it. There we go. If I'm not mistaken, I did that last week too. Hopefully the sound is here. Must be here. Yeah, it must be. Hopefully you can hear me. Anyways, but music's probably more exciting than listening to me. There we go. So we'll just unscrew this one screw from the back. Try not to drop it. Famous last words. Come on, get out of the hole. There we go. Let's raise this up a bit more. There we go. Okay, and there's one in the front here to take out. Oh gosh, I gotta sit again. Not because I'm lazy, but this floor is freezing on my sock feet. Oof. It's a concrete floor. Perfect. Thanks, Andrew, for letting me know that. Okay. And I know it's elevator-ish music, and some people thought it was a bit light, but this is a mixture I did. I've got to change that up sometimes. I'll try and get you something a little more raunchy next time. There we go. So this guy, it's good, but it's good for Creality hot ends, so I'll keep that. Along with this other one, which is the main difference is this has 2 cooling fans and a mount for a CR Touch. So, whereas this one's just single cooling fan, no CR Touch mount. So I'll throw those guys aside. Whoops. We'll hydrate a little bit here. Put the Bowden tube in first this time. Yeah, that's that will be done, and that way I can also slip in the lock ring here too. So, although there we go. Oh, I still have filament in it. Duh. Let's just cut the filament here. I don't mind a little bit of filament in the hot end. There we go. So let's just I'll just cut it out here, and I can use a torch and get the filament out later. There we go. I could attempt a cold pull here, but hey, I won't do that. Okay, let's get this Micro Swiss off. I should be wearing bunny slippers. That's true, Liam. Maria, if you're watching, need bunny slippers to go with the bunny hat. Did anybody catch when I said, you know, I'll be time to get hopping soon? And your new Sitsana V4 with separate BLCR touch mount. Yeah, and I'm using your this is a single heating duct with no BL touch mount, but it's for the Dragonfly hot end. So yeah, so there's that. And we will just take the sock off. Man, that sock is, oh, this is, I thought the sock was falling apart. And we shall remove, actually, I won't remove the bulb thermistor quite yet. Yeah, I will remove the bulb thermistor. And heater cartridge. Oh, too big. Where's my little one? Where's the tiny one? Right beside me. There we go. So goodbye, Macro Swiss. Wonder if I can cold pull this. I'm just curious. Where's my big tool? Left that door wide open for you guys. Where's the big tool? Oh, this guy will work. I'm just curious if I can do a real cold pull. Oh. Nope, we got filament stuck in there somewhere. Well, pulled about that much out. That's okay. Don't know if and when I'll use this Micro Swiss again. I'll probably use it eventually. But Good cold pull there. Okay. Okay. So first thing we got to do is, if you recall, I wired in a plug here for the thermistor. Where did I put the other thermistor now? So I can just unplug. Come on. So I can just simply unplug. Oh man. This bulb thermistor. And somewhere, somewhere, I swear I had it right here. Somewhere, I have the other thermistor. I swear it was right here. Hey, Merc. What red is? Oh, the red is blinding. This. Yeah, it's okay. I was thinking I should do like a khaki color printer overall. Do red, mix it with some green and yellow. But I need to find, in all seriousness, where did I put the thermistor? I had the thermistor last week. Give me 1 second. Man, oh man. It was right here. Pull my pants up. Oh boy. It was, I saw it yesterday on my desk. Yeah, really organized, you know. Play amongst yourselves for a second here. It's not in there. That's for the Mini. Link got deleted. Weird. Shouldn't have. Oh yeah, from my stream. Don't tell me that thermistor fell behind my desk. Oh man, I didn't bother looking for it prior to the stream today because I saw it yesterday. Play amongst yourselves for a minute, guys. Where did you put that? I'm going to check and see if it did fall. Nope. Nope. Okay, so yeah. Well, I have another one. Dang. It's here somewhere. I just have too many parts. Where's my hot end box? Let me look in my hot end box here. There it is. See, I knew I had it. Oops, right there. Or if you choose, right there. This camera's not working. One of my cameras stopped working. Anyways, found it in my hot end box. Okay. So bottom right camera looks like it's frozen. Yeah. So I'm going to switch over. That's kind of useless. most likely spot. I know my hot end box, right? But it was on my desk yesterday. But again, who knows? I'm going to switch over to this camera right here. There we go. And I'm going to zoom in a bit here. Oh. What's going on? Oh, wrong button. Sorry about the focus there, guys. There we go. There it is. Okay. We'll just stick with this view. That's better. And we'll go up right over there. There we go. And let's get this nice and sharp. There we go. I don't know what happened to this camera. I'm just going to shut this camera off, put it aside. OBS for you. If I restart OBS, that camera will come on. I think sometimes if I have too many cameras going on there, it does that. I forgot that I organized it. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so there's what I was looking for right there. Is this guy. So this guy just plugs into here. And we're ready to rock and roll, although I've got to go in. I believe I have to go in through dang. How am I going to do that? I have to tell the firmware what kind of thermistor that is. And it's basically community firmware. How am I going to do that? And I'll worry about that after. I have to figure out to tell it what kind of thermistor it is. That's where you guys are going to come in. Okay. So let's get this Dragonfly out, and let's get this guy. Let's get some of these pieces attached. So we'll throw the thermistor in. Perfect fit. Ooh. That tool's too big. Wow. So why don't I then just use the one they gave me? What do you think? That's a brilliant idea, isn't it? That's going to be, if I had to guess, I'm going to guess that's going to be the tiny, tiny guy here. Let's try that again. Thermistor. That's better. No, that's too tiny. Is that tightening? Oh. Is it this one? That's the one. That's better. Snug that in. Good. Heater cartridge. Try and leave just equal amounts sticking out both sides. Come on. There we go. Oh, don't turn. Don't loosen up on me. There we go. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, so that's very tight to that piece. So I'm going to put the sock on first. Okay. Let's put the sock on first. There we go. And then we will get this guy on here. That may be where that spacer would have come in handy, but I think that's going to be okay. Oh, this guy has loosened up on me a bit. Oh, is that okay? Is that my nozzle? Yeah, that's come a bit loose, so I'm going to have to hot tighten this. Obviously, this wasn't hot tightened because this came already pre-built. So I'm going to grab the nozzle. That's not the nozzle wrench. This is, no, what is a nozzle wrench for this thing? I gotta try all my own tools. That's okay. I'm just kidding. I have somewhere in my arsenal. No, you didn't hear that wrong. I said arsenal. There they are. I'll just use these. We'll grab our Wera set and we will use, I believe it's a 6 millimeter, no, 6.5 or 7 millimeter for the nozzle. Seven millimeter wrench. And we'll just give this a little hand tighten for now. Okay, should be good. Still waiting at Dougal. Oh, waiting for what? No, stop it, you guys. Do I still have my 10 millimeter, or did it run with the others? My 10 millimeter, I have a 10 millimeter here. Yeah, is that what you mean? Okay, guys. Let's get the sock on it again. Do I have that backwards? No, that should be good. That's the front. Or should I have that going this way? Let me think this through for a second here. Yeah, no, that's the right way. But yeah. Yeah. I'm just thinking out loud here, guys. That's all. Okay. So put that onto there. That's a little close. I can see why that spacer would have been necessary. So I may do this after and have a couple spacers, but if I throw spacers on it, it may not properly fit with this. So we'll see how this goes just as it is for now. Wrong size, right size. Here we go. And no, I won't forget to put the Bowden tube in first this time again. You definitely want to have the sock on, although I have to hot tighten that nozzle. That's okay, I can always just pull the front off to hot tighten the nozzle. But you want the sock on first. Very tight space right in here to put that sock on properly. So, but I can actually just rip the front off to hot tighten the nozzle. I had to do that on the Mosquito on the rat rate. Kind of designed so that the sock doesn't come off once the thermistor and heater cartridge are inserted. So there we go. So far, so good. Some pieces, extra tiny screws. The heatsink looks backwards. No, it's got the countersinks in here. There's no countersinks on the other side of the heatsink. So common sense tells me that the countersinks come this way so that the screws are countersunk. So I'm pretty sure that is correct. I could take it off and look, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Plus we have the logo on the front. I would think they put the logo on the front of it. So hey, Dominic. Yeah, a wider dual fan duct for Dragonfly hot end, if people want to use it for the Dragonfly, because there's a significant difference in width in here. And on this one, I see you made this wall thinner and this wall a little bit thinner to accommodate for the width of the Dragonfly. Yeah. Okay, so lesson from last week. Bowden tube in first. If I can get the clip out. There we go. There we go. And secured. Boop. There we go. Boom, boom. Chum chitty dum. Now, on to this guy. Let's just make sure that these holes have the clearance. I haven't pre-fit the bolts into these holes yet, so I'm going to just pre-fit these bolts so that I don't struggle with them when this is up there. Usually I would just take a drill and clean that hole out, but this should just be fine. And then I should just be able to push that out. It'll work fine. There we go. Now, with this being a little thinner, we're going to have... What did I just drop? I just heard something drop. Oh, my screwdriver. Ah! Let's get the wires going up here. Actually, I'm going to just quickly throw a little zip tie in here. Get some zip ties out. Quickly throw a zip tie on here so these wires don't slip and slide on me. There we go. And I'll tidy up the fan wires in a minute. That looks a little better for the blowers already. There we go. Yeah. And already you can see that this is definitely the proper shroud for this hot end. The blowers are just, man, it's actually very close. But yeah. Much better. Okay. Where's the screw I used for the back of this? This is a self-tapping type, threaded type, whatever screw. It's going to come around back here and put this one in. Let's get it started here. There we go. There we go. Nice and solid. Looks not bad. Not bad at all. Let's bring some fan wires up here. I'm a big fan of these wires. No, okay, sorry. This one in, and I will just use 2 for now. Really, all it should need is 2. That's too long. Don't need that long. There we go. I didn't print any of the fan covers yet, so this is going to be a bare fan showing for now. And I know you've got a lot of fan cover designs I saw on there. Some nice ones too. cooling fan on the side instead of going from the front. Thanks, Milan. Yeah, everybody subscribe, smash that like button. If you're on, can you raise your, yeah, and if you're on Twitch, follows are free, guys. Jason, you should raise your floor up to table height. That's the easy. I could do that. Speaking of my floor height, that's in there solid. Yeah, 2 holds it in there plenty. But then it looks, anyways, I'll forego that for now. It just looks off balance with the 2. Those wires can be hidden eventually. I haven't printed this wire cover yet either. So I'm going to, I'll resort to doing that after. And then in the meantime, I'm going to just mount this guy in here again. That was these tiny little guys here, these M2s. Okay. There we go. Really nice clearances on this model too, as far as threading these screws in. So K2 has done a great job at on these models. So and let's move this over a bit. There we go. Give me a bit of grip over this side. Oh, it's not in the hole. That's in the hole. There we go. So for now, for wire management, I'm just going to kind of zip these all together until I print this part and I can get these in here properly, like boom and under that. So just for now, I'm just going to throw a zip tie up here. And then when I print that other part, I may leave it until the dual fan duct for the until if we have a dual fan duct for the Dragonfly. And there. So that should be good. It should be good to go. I'm going to just give this Odin tube another zip tie up here. I think right here. There we go. And let's see. Yeah, we're good to go here. Awesome. So let me tidy up a little bit here. Dual blower with separate CR touch mount, the V4 listed. Got some nice designs. I want to design a hot end mount myself one day, but I'm comfortable in Fusion 360, but I don't know if I'm that comfortable yet that I can actually design a hot end mount. Maybe, you know, project one day. I can do some pretty interesting things, but that's just really interesting. That's really complicated for me. So, hey, Dominic Versetto, $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Can heat set inserts be used in this with this model? I possibly in the one here, but it's very tight in the back. There's not much plastic on either side. I don't think it would work in there. Inside where the fan bolts go, and off to the side where these go, I think you could get away with it. But this one, you don't need it to mount it to the, because this is basically self-tapping, air tapping into this piece here. The piece that comes into the back here, I would say no. You want it to use a thin tapping screw, because there's not enough plastic in the width of the plastic there. So if I show you on this model, where is it? So on this model, whoops, on here, if you try to put a heat insert in this one right here, which is the one that threads in from the back, that wall over on this side is pretty thin, and I think you might cause a bulge in this wall. But you might be able to get away with it here. But on the one I'm using, this wall is thinner to accommodate for the Dragonfly hot end, so I don't think a heat insert's going to work in there. But again, in here, possibly in these 4 fan mounts here, and then these corner ones here, possibly, but they're very close to the wall, so yeah. Fan covers restrict airflow. Not the fan covers that K2 has designed. He's just got snap-in fan covers that actually just pressure fit over this, and they've got lots of airflow on it. So I don't think his will at all. I don't have one handy from the last time I did it. I actually sold that printer, the one I did last time. But no, his, I don't think it's going to restrict airflow at all. So at least I didn't have any problems with printing on it afterwards. So let me wipe off my build plate here. Of course, always with 99% isopropyl alcohol. There we go. And what you've all been waiting for, and I know hoping for, we're going to put some power to the printer. Again, thank you, Dominic, for that super chat. Appreciated. And let's turn it on. Nothing's blowing up. Hot end fans coming on. Sorry guys, no flames. But if it's any consolation, the display's not coming on. No display. Let's power it off, see what's going on. Make sure I'm plugged in properly. Oh, looks like the plug had come loose. Let's try it again. No display. Okay, what's going on? It wants to come on. Oh, wonderful. So my display is shot. Joy. It's always something. The pins look fine. This looks fine. Unless it's loose from the motherboard, the main board. One more time. Third time's a charm. Let's see. It flashes briefly. It's getting power. Then nothing. Ay, ay, ay. Works perfectly according to the Tripod's Garage Manual. Okay, well. Let's try. Let's see. I don't want to pull the bottom off. There's no way that I would have pulled hard enough on this to disconnect that from the main board. No. So I'm going to try. Give me 1 second. See, it helps sometimes to have another Ender 3 V2 lying around. Let's see if this display works. This will eliminate whether or not it's on the other end of the spectrum. So let's try this one. Okay, and power. Nope. Okay. So, chances of 2 displays being gone, next to nil. So let's... This stream just got interesting, of course, as all my streams do. Welcome to live, as I always like to say. You know what? This needs a little bit of bunny action. There we go. Let's lighten the mood a little. Okay, looks like I got to bend this printer over and get inside it. I just realized what I was saying. Oh, lordy, lordy. Why do I get myself in trouble like that? Anyways, let's have a look. Well, let's unplug it first before I rip the plug out of the wall. Something has obviously come loose or wrong or something under here. So let's just see if I can give you guys a camera view here. And we'll get inside the guts and see what happened here. There we go, and then we'll lower this a bit. There we go. That looks focused to me. Murphy's Law hits again. It does. So, Andrew, yes. Only happens on live streams too, you know. If I ran this I ran this printer last week, no problem. Screen was working. I didn't do anything. All I did was change the hot end. Let's just see what's going on underneath the hood. Okay, we have a fan here. Where's the display cable? It's plugged in there. Okay, the display. I can't turn this much more, but I can actually move the camera for you guys here. So we're going to come down a little lower here. And we'll focus for you here. Jason, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. This super chat will self-destruct if you don't wear the bunny hat for the entire stream. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Jason. Are you serious? Okay. It's getting warm in here now. Do I have to do this through the whole stream too? I'll wear the bunny hat. I don't mind, but let's get back to business. Oh, a different thermistor. You think? How would that affect the screen though? But right here, the display is plugged in fine. So I'm going to... Display's plugged in fine there. I am going to... Where's my power supply? Come on, reach over, power supply. I got this plugged into the wrong end of my bench. There we go. I'm going to go where no man has gone. No. I'm going to plug it in here. Let me throw the display on here. And yes, I'm plugging the display in proper way around. There's only one way to plug it in. And then I'm going to, but you'll see when I hit the power, the display is going to flicker a little. Right there. There's power to the display. So the display is getting power. Poke stuff until smoke appears. Well, the power is on right now. So what you're saying is just go in here with one of these tools and just sort of poke around in here. So there's power coming to the display, but there's no display coming to the display. So let me turn that off and make sure that I'm not just making it up. Yeah, you guys, you can see the power, the display right there. When I power it on, you'll see the display come on. Okay, it didn't that time. Okay, yeah. And of course it didn't that time. I wonder if I've got a bad cable. I wonder if the cable is kinked somewhere. Shouldn't be. Okay. There it did. The display did come on there. And you'll see it turn off now. There we go. Yeah, so there's power coming to the display. I wonder if there's an SD card in there, but that shouldn't be affecting it because I don't have any firmware update on it or anything like that. Let's pull the SD card out and see. Huh. Kind of at a loss, but I'm going to try one more thing. Hey Dan, watch out for this guy. You haven't seen this, have you? Reseat the cable at the board. Yeah, I'll try that too. Let's do that. Let's go in here. Let's pull the board. It looks fine. And if I look down there, I don't see right in there, right in here, I don't see any bent pins. There's no pins bent or anything that I can see. Yeah, I know, but it was BM 3D printing. It was working last week. Maybe I have to reflash the display. You know, that's a possibility. I upgraded the firmware to it last week and it worked fine. So that's seated in there properly now. Okay, so that's plugged in right spot and it's seated fine. So yours did it also. Okay, so you just had to reflash your display, but 2 displays, or does the display firmware reside on the board as well? Let's just see if this did anything. No, still getting power, but nothing. Okay, well, we'll reflash the display and see what happens. I'm going to close up the. I'm going to close up this hole here. I don't think there's anything wrong under the hood here. And if there is, it would just be the main board in general. So let me put this thing back on. Jason, you had to make me wear this hat. It's hot in here. Now it's getting hot. But hey, listen, you did super chat with a there we go with a condition. So oh come on, let's do the other sides first. Get a Pi, install Klipper, and don't worry about the display. Yeah, I know. I've got a Pi. I've got a Raspberry Pi Zero, and I've got a Raspberry Pi 4 sitting around. Klipper on an Ender 3 V2 though, I don't know. I don't know. I do want to try one more thing though before I reflash the display. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's back this up. It's going to get blurry for a second, folks. I will fix that momentarily. I'm going to raise that guy up there, and we are going to zoom out a bit, and let's focus for you. There you go. Okay. Let's pop this back down. I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to put on this guy, see if it works real quick. Both your Ender 3s are running Klipper. Yeah, I could, and I may eventually do it, but yeah, we'll see. But this is going to be an interesting test to see if it's this will actually tell me if it's the display, if it's the if it's a display or if it's something on the main board, because this good old 3D pad should work. So let's plug this in. We did a little bit of a stream about this quite a while back, and I got this pad to work on all sorts of things. And I know that John, Tripod's Garage, had a few issues with his. So we're going to go ahead and plug this in here. So we have this guy, which is the mini USB. That's the wrong one. Where's the proper plug here? It's this one. Mini USB, micro USB. I always get them mixed up. There we go. And this goes in the USB port here. Okay. Then we have this one, which is power. This is going to go to my power brick over there, what's already plugged into that power brick? Oh, that's okay. Make sure I'm not unplugging anything. I'm not. Actually, is that a USB-C? No, it's not. So I'm going to reach over here. Oh, I'm hitting the mic too, and I'm reaching right over. It's flashing my gun on the camera. And we'll plug this into the power brick. There we go. That gives us power. I'm not going to worry about the filament sensor at this moment in time. Man, it's hot in this hat, Jason. Oh, I have to wear it the whole stream, don't I? Okay, but I'm going to wear it back a little bit. Can you still see? Yeah, the ears still do their thing. And I'm going to plug my, what I call a telephone cord into here, and this should power up this guy. There we go. Do-do-do-do-do. And let's see if this will let me function the printer. Operate the printer. Okay, let's try control. Let's see if I can heat the knob. Actually, no, I want to see if I can move something first. So let's go back. Let's go back. Ready print. No. Go move. No. Oh. Ben, you missed the beginning of the stream. Here, I'll give you the view since Jason paid for this. It's a bunny hat, right? And if you're happy and you know it, raise your ears. If you're happy and you know it, raise your ears. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, raise your ears. Mark, I just realized as I'm doing the bunny thing that I got to power the printer on. Okay, that's what it is, Ben. And I have to wear it the whole stream. Jason's fault. I don't know if it's worth $20 to wear this thing the whole stream, but okay. Anyways, let's get back to what we're doing. Got to turn the printer on. Mark, I realized that. It hit me. So anyways, okay. The other display is unplugged totally. Here's the pad. And doesn't appear to be. Let me reboot the pad. If this doesn't work, I will reflash the display. Because yeah, chances the two displays aren't working are slim to none. Let's move. Actually, let's go back. Let's home all. No, nothing's working on it. So it's not. No, I'm just out of curiosity. I'm going to plug the display in. I know people are saying power it off. No. What fun is that? Now let's see. So the pad's not even working. No, nothing's working. And I don't think it's going to make any difference. Can I adjust my temperature? see if the nozzle heats. Did I pinch a wire when I put the hot end wire on? No. Yeah. No. Dan, make this work firmware? No, this should just plug and play. I've tried this before. It should just plug and play. So let me unplug that, put that there, put this aside, and let's try. I have to take, I'm sorry, Jason, I have to take this off even if it self-destructs. It is too hot. It is too hot. I'll put it back on later, I promise. I'm dying and I can't be serious with that on. This works. The pad works on all the printers I've tested it on. I think there's a problem that's going beyond this. Now there's no wires pinched back here. All the hot end wires I can actually see are fine. Yeah, everything back here is fine. Although what I will do, shouldn't make a difference, but I'm just going to, for the sake of science, it just self-destructed. I know, Jason. I can't handle the heat. I know, get out of the kitchen. So I'm going to pop, just to eliminate things, and I don't know why, but you never know, wow, something up here is going to affect something down at the board or something, but there's no wires pinched in here. I'm positive of that. So let's just pop this off anyways, just to see. It worked last week and there's been nothing really major changed on it. So something is awry. Or a scotch or a bourbon. So let's pop this off. Let's ensure no wires are being malpinched. Yeah. And we will this guy. Good thing I have 5,000 zip ties. This guy, all the wires are free to roam. We're all good. Let's power it on again. No, so I cannot see it. The display should come on. Even if I disconnect all the hot end wires, the display should come on. Worst case scenario, it'll have a thermal runaway error. Hell, I'll even, let's just disconnect the thermistor because it's a new thing and it should still at least give me a display even with no thermistor, and it should just come up with an error. So I'm going to try the earlier suggestion of reflashing. Let's just leave that on, and we're going to reflash the screen firmware. I think I still have the download files. We will try that. Properly lamad. Of course, Ben, you are so right. It's not a DeWitt stream with something not working. So let's pop off this cover here on the display. Official diagnosis, something is wrong. Yes. So I'm going to make this, I don't remember who suggested it earlier, that he had the same problem, had to reflash the display firmware. So anything's possible. Why, after just sitting for a week doing nothing, it would do this? Hey, why does anything go wrong on these printers? Here we go. 4 screws. Don't lose use. Oh, pop the knob off would help. Definitely ain't right. No, it's not. Come on. Pop off screen. Don't do this at home. There we go. What is it, glued on there? I think it just needs a little bit of a pry. There we go. Okay. And there's no SD card in there, so I don't think I still have the SD card I flashed it with initially. But let me have a look. Let me grab. It would have been an 8 gig SD card. 64. Might have been this one. Let's have a peek and see. So I'm just looking to see if I still have the card that I flashed the initial firmware on for that. That way I don't have to necessarily. No, that says panel due 5.0i, so that's definitely, no, that's way back in the RatRig days, this card. So let's pop that. And I got a couple more SD cards here. See if it's this one. Did the music end? Let me start it up again. D-Win set. That looks like it. That looks like it. It's a D-Win set. I think that's it. Okay. I hope it's for this one. We're going to try it. So we'll pop it in. We will connect. And we will see what happens. Nothing. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got an orange screen. Okay. I think that failed. I may just have to re-download it, but it definitely did something. I've got an orange screen, as you can clearly see there. So let me take that off, pop it out. I don't think that, sometimes you don't see anything happen, and I recall an orange screen means it was a successful flash, but let's just see. Let's just see. Orange screen is good. That's what I heard. Let's pop it back on. And nothing. Nothing. Okay, well, let me go download the see if I still have the orange means good. Yeah, it didn't work. Something didn't work. Let me see if I still have the proper firmware on my desktop here. D-Win set on my desktop, and I'm pretty sure, yep, that's the right one. So I have it on my desktop. Let me format this card. Format FAT32 4096. Start. Yes, it'll erase all data. I'm aware of that. Thank you very much. Format is complete. Okay. Close. Let's go to this drive. Removable disk D. Let's drag the D-Win set in here so it's a fresh copy, and we're good. Now, one question I have, does it have to be, let's see if you guys know, does it have to be an 8 gig card? The card I'm using is a 16 gig card. Does it have to be 8 gigs? Because I believe this is an 8 gig card. Let me check. Maybe I'll try it anyways. If I have an 8 gig card, I may as well use it. I know some of the card sizes, for flashing firmware, I know I'm pretty sure it has to be 8. I wasn't sure about flashing the D-Win. Let's see what this one is. Let's format this one because this doesn't have anything on it really worth keeping. Well, this is a 4 gig card. Okay. I figure 4 gig is probably fine. It's big enough to hold a DWin set. Close. Cheap readers don't like big cards. A lot say 8 gig just to be sure it works. Yeah, I think, and this one's a 4 gig. I think I have 4, 16, 32, and 64. I'll do the 4. I'll do the 4 and see what happens. What the heck? Is that the, where's the one I just, oh, it must be E that I just did. Bring the DWin set into that. And we will eject. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I have it on a 4 and I have it on a 16. I'll try the 4. Try the 4. I don't think going smaller than 8 is going to be a problem. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see. This 4096 block size formatted, so. Okay, here we go again. Y'all can see the screen there. Let's see what happens. Nothing. There's something going on. Something deeper. Maybe the main board. Wouldn't that just be a kick in the hooters? Let's try the 16. I got the orange screen last time, so from the 16. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, we got orange screen again, which usually is good. Okay, well, what is going on? I've got one more option to try. Well, let's pop this out and see if that did anything. Orange should be SD card. I'm taking out right now. And now that I got the orange screen, we'll pop the SD card out, fire it up again. And we got nothing. And we got nothing. 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 Let it do its thing. Screens take a while. Okay, so you're saying put the 16 in. When I get the orange screen, Kieran, you're saying just leave it? Let it do something? Okay. Firmware on my controller board should be, it's the Gyres Ender 3 V2 Gyres firmware. Gyres? I think that's how it's pronounced. I used to say Jersey, but I think it's called Gyres. Let's put this up here. Just don't want to be touching anything. There we go. Let's turn it on. We're going to get an orange screen again, no doubt. Yeah, we got the orange screen. I'll let it sit for a bit. I'm used to seeing the lines pop back. Blum, 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 blum. So we'll let it. Okay, we'll give it a couple minutes. I thought orange meant it was done successfully, but we'll give it a second. There we go. Oh, don't throw those SD cards too far. I do have one more option I could try, and that's a touch screen. a touch display for the Ender 3. Takes a bit to light the fire. Yeah, okay. But is it going to change from orange? I mean, or is it going to stay orange the whole time? So the display is getting power, but it's not getting anything else. We'll see. And that's the second display. The original display, same issue. You'll get hints of red when it burns. Turn it off, remove SD card, and turn it back on now. Yeah, okay. It should have been on there plenty long enough now, if I'm not mistaken. Just wondering if this is the same. No, it's a different plug altogether. I don't even know if I want to pull this one out and try it. I've got a wireless display or a touchpad display, but it shouldn't work. If these original displays aren't working, there's something deeper wrong. Okay, let's power it off now. Let's pull the SD card. There we go, and we'll put it back on. It's in there nice, and we'll power it back on. Let's see what happens. We got power, and that's it. Let's let it sit. But that's it. Something should be up by now. If the display was getting a signal from the board, it would show a screen. Well, it's getting a signal. It's definitely it's lit up. I mean, it's hard to see, but you can see that it is lit up. So, and as I say, that's the second display. This is the initial display that was on it. So, are you saying Creality board just quit working suddenly? I can't believe it. When I flashed the printer firmware, did I have the screen disconnected? No, I didn't. I flashed the firmware, then I flashed the screen first, then I flashed the firmware. But it was working a week ago. We did a test print last week with the swap the cable. Try unplugged a new thermistor. Yeah, I did. I unplugged the, so I basically came ahead, unplugged the thermistor, which we should still get a display thermistor or not. And again, it's getting power to this. I can see it, but nothing. So let's go back. Let's try the original display. I took that other one off another printer. And let's power it up. Same thing, I can see it light up. I can actually see, like, you can see when it's got power coming to it, it's lit up, but we're getting nothing on it. So something between the display and the board, which is just the cable, or the board is done. So fans running. There's nothing, there's no crimpled wires, no crossed wires. Nothing that I've done here should be affecting a problem with the screen. You had to reflash the main board as well. Okay, well, let's try that. Let's try that then. BM 3D printing. Let's try reflashing main board. Let's see if I still have the Gyros firmware on my desktop. I have the DWin set. Where did I put? I've got too many files on my, way too many files on my desktop. Ender 3 V2. Is this the one? Let's see. GitHub. No, I don't think this is it. I'm just trying to find it here. No, I don't want that. I want the firmware.bin file is what I'm looking for. Why don't I have it? I have the dwin set. It'll be easier for me to, here, let me switch. Are we on this? Okay, what just happened? Oh, there we go. I thought I just froze. Will the bunny ears reach your armpits so you can trigger? I don't know. I haven't tried. I don't think so. Okay, anyways, all seriousness aside, no. Let me gyres, Ender 3 V2 gyres firmware. Let me just look this up again. Gyres UI. Let me grab this and let me download it again. Let me get to the GitHub. Here we are. So I'm just going to find the proper one here real quick, guys. Now, just if you want to know, it's under GitHub. If you just Google Ender 3 V2 gyres firmware, it'll take you to the GitHub. And we have, let me just do this and put this screen on. Display 2, no, display 1. There we are. So if we go here, so I am looking at, I have the 422 board. I don't have a BL Touch, and I don't have a probe. I don't want that. The one I want is very simple. 422 right here. Ender 3 V2 default 422 2.01. That's the one I want right there. So we're going to download that. There we go. Let's go back here. Backlight came on. Yeah, the backlight came on. Exactly. That was it. All seriousness aside, I know. You caught that, did you? I didn't think anybody caught that. Okay. I'm just going to go grab that download. Let me go grab that in my downloads. There's the B32 V2 all bin, my bin file. Okay. So all I need is the binary file, right? And I don't have to rename it firmware. I don't believe I have to rename that. So let's put that on. Where's that other card I took out? Where's that 4 gig card? I think it was this one. I don't have an 8 gig card. So I'm hoping a 4 gig card will be fine for this. Let's format this drive. 4096 FAT32, 3.31 gigs start. Erase, yes. Formatting is complete. Okay, close. Let's find that drive, which is my E drive. And where did I just put the my bin file? And let's eject. Okay. Let's flash it and see what happens. Although I'm not going to really see anything happen because this display is not going to work. But we'll just give it a second because sometimes I know the flashing can take a bit and I can't see what's happening on the... It has to be different from the previous name you used when flashing. Yeah, I renamed it last time firmware.bin, so I just left it this time as its default name .bin. So hopefully that'll work. I could rename it firmware 10.bin. But we'll see what happens here. It's a nice bright red, isn't it? It's brighter on the screen. It's not quite as neon, but it is... it's more of a rusty orange. Well, that should be plenty of time to flash that. So let's power that off. Let's pop this out. Let's pop the SD card back in the display. And we'll reflash the display here. Don't do this just yet. Okay, what do I do next, BM 3D printing? Don't flash the display yet. Should I power it on without flashing the display first? You seem to have gone through this similar thing. If you get anything, see if you see anything. Okay, well, let's see. Let's pop the card out. Pop the display on. We won't flash anything. We'll see what we get here, if anything. Backlight. And that's it. Nothing. So we'll plug it in. See if I still get my orange screen. Something going on here. Flash it with the icon firmware, right? I believe so. I'll double check. Yeah, we got the orange again. Let me download the DWin set again. I had to put the bin file in a folder called firmware. I thought it just had to be the bin file on the card when you plug it in. Huh. Card had to be 8 gig. Well, damn if I have an 8 gig card here. Okay, I'm going to slow down for a second here. This is a 4 gig. Just give me a second here, folks. Let's see what I've got here in my arsenal. Oh, there is an 8 gig card right here. It was in a one of these holders. Okay, let's take this from square one. Okay, let's go grab that firmware file. Now, firmware.bin in the root of the SD, and I did not say anything about an 8 gig. Okay, bin file must be in the root, of course. Yeah, I can't have it in a subfolder. Call the firmware bin. Okay, let's start. Let's do this. I'm going to take this 8 gig card. I'm going to pop it in here. Okay. Well, this has got firmware.bin on it as well, but I don't know what that's from. This is from February 19th. This is probably... No, it's from 2021. Yeah, it's an old one. So we're going to take that. We're going to right mouse click. We're going to format. 7.43 gigabytes. That's fine. FAT32 4096. We're going to start the format. Warning, formatting will erase all data. Fine. Okay, format complete. Okay. Close. Yes, I know. Close. Now, let's go rename that firmware file to, or that bin file. We'll call it firmware. Firmware 03/2022.bin. Okay, so we have March 2022 firmware.bin. That way I know when I did it. We'll take that 8 gig card, which is my E drive. We'll copy that firmware 03/2022.bin to that card. It's the only thing on the card, and it is in the root directory of the card. We will eject. Okay. And in the meantime, I will go over printer on. Yes, it was. Okay, anyways, we'll do this. We'll go over here. We'll find the source code, the display, which I believe is in the source code. Let's go down. We'll take that. We'll download that. Okay, let's go to my downloads. Let's take that Marlin source code folder right here. right there. Let's close this window. Okay, let's double click. Marlin 2.01, and it is display firmware right here. And firmware sets. I think I did original. Is there what I don't know what custom, gotcha, and original the difference. I believe I did the original DWin set. Does anybody have any kind of I haven't looked at your video yet, Dan. I will, but should I just use the original DWin set versus the gotcha? Probably just as good as any of them. Okay. Different looking icon with the other two is all. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to use the original. I'm not going to mess with it right now. Seems to be in sync again now. Oh, I was out of sync? My bad. Yeah, I watched, actually, I watched Brian's video on installing gyres, and yeah. This is the way I've done it on all three of my printers, and it's worked fine. But anyways, so I'll go here. I'll just go here. Sorry, wrong screen. I'll take the DWin set. I'm going to throw it on my desktop right here. DWin set original. Okay, and I believe I'm going to get rid of this one. That's the one I've been playing with. And I think it was said to get rid of this name, so it just says DWin set. Boom. And again, that whole folder. There we are. And that whole folder will go on. I'll wait and I'll use the same 8 gig card I'm using right now. But that folder will go on the 8 gig card when I'm ready to flash the screen. So, question. Probably doesn't matter, but should I flash the screen first, or should I flash the display first, or should I flash the main board first? So gyres firmware, and I had to do it like I said. So you had to do it in a subfolder, and I haven't done it that way. Display first. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. So let me go back to that card. I'll have to reformat it and put the DWin set on it first. So let's go back into this. And removable. Oh, I already ejected it, so I have to pop this out and put this back in. There it is. I don't think I need to reformat it. I will anyways. I'll format it again just because. You can never format a card too much. I think you can actually, but... Okay, and close. Let's open the E drive. Let's put the DWin set that I just created on there. Okay, let's eject it. Okay, ejected. Now let's flash the screen with the 8 gig card. Yeah, I know. Good luck. It's frustrating because I know it was working, and this is the way I've done the firmware before. I did the screen first, as Kieran said, yeah, and then. With the DWin set in the root directory, and then with the bin file in the root directory, and all seemed to work fine. So let's go ahead and flash the screen, see what happens here. Oh, now we have a blue screen. Okay, now we have an orange screen. The blue screen never came up before. Okay, so I think the blue screen, I think that's good. The blue screen was flashing, and the orange screen means success, I believe. We'll let it go for a bit longer here. That blue screen, that blue screen was different. Okay, so let's go off. Let's unplug this. Let's eject this card. Let's reformat this card and put the bin file on it. Let's reformat this card. You know, guys, 2 years ago, and this is the God's honest truth. What did Kieran just say there? Boop, 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 boop. Oh, my mouse. There's my mouse. What did you just say there, Karen? It needs the DWin folder to provide all the actual display images, and that was the DWin folder. Yeah. 2 years ago, I would have been too frustrated by now, and I would have given up. But I've gained a lot of patience. Every 3D printer owner at some point, but it worked yesterday exactly. Okay, but I see that, Ben. But I'm used to seeing the little lines go across, right? And it's just different, I suppose. Okay. We've got the card back in there. We're going to format it again. I'm not close to 100,000 formats on this, so we should be okay. And formatting is complete. Okay. Close. Let's open that folder. D drive. And let's drag. Oh, come on. I don't want a full screen. Let's drag firmware 03/2022.bin. Let's eject. There we go. And let's pop this up. Let's open. Let's try. Let's try. See if the screen works now. Well, okay. Well, I'll put the card in. We'll hook the screen up, and we'll boot it to boot it up to flash the firmware. See what happens. Ready? Wish me luck. Oh, we have a Creality screen. Hey, look, folks. Let's see if we can move something. Let's see if I can. I got to be careful because I got this taken apart. Can I move my Z? It works. Okay, let me put this back together. It worked. Look at that. I wouldn't have had the patience to do that 2 years ago. I swear I would have given up and I would have been. But streaming has taught me so much patience. Look at that. And with thanks for all your help, guys. Yeah. Flash the board. I guess there's no such thing as an answer to why would it have done that. Welcome to firmware, I suppose. Okay. Well, let's put this back together. Look at that. I'm still within my 2 hours. Let's get this back together, and we'll put it together. We'll put that hot end back together, which is pretty easy to do. And we'll just do a quick test print. See, live. But that's great. I mean, this just shows anybody who ever bothers to watch this that this can happen, and now they know what to do and walk it through it. 8 gig card was obviously an issue too. So, lesson, use an 8 gig card, which I will take out of here and put somewhere where I know it's the only 8 gig card I have. So let's keep you in there and back in your safe spot. So at least I know I have an 8 gig card. Okay, let's put this back in. Oh, that seemed like a lot of work, but hey, well worth it. Okay, let's quickly get this all back together. No, I don't expect this. I haven't. This isn't going to be the neatest tuck-in job that I've seen, but let's just see what happens. Come on. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I had a zip tie. I had a zip tie holding all this stuff up last time. That's right. This way. There we go. Yeah, I had a zip tie holding this up last time, so it wasn't slipping off on me. Oh, come on. There we go. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. Reproduce the error. Can you repeat the problem and walk you through the solution? I'm not going to reproduce that problem. You guys nuts. That was kind of challenging. Firmware went boo-hoo and had to reflash the firmware following various instructions. Did it the same way last time, but lesson learned, need an 8 gig card. 4 gig wouldn't work. Either that or my files were corrupt. One more screw. I'll get this all put back together and it won't work again. Shut up, Tim. Yeah, I know. Oh, for goodness sake. Do the hippie shake. That's awful bright, this camera. Hang on. It's a little better. It's still bright. Helps you put the right bit on the screwdriver. Here we go. There we go. Okay. I'm going to turn the power back on. It's going to work. I'm not even going to look. Turning my back. And it worked. Lurking. Hey, Matt. Lurking. I always like lurkers. How many people? How do we have? We have 10 on Twitch and 33 on YouTube. 43 watchers. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that so much. Like and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. And follow on Twitch. It's all free. Much appreciated. Let's see if I can... there's one thing I haven't done, and I know people are going to ask me about this, but I want to see what happens. I don't have time to do what I should be doing. But let me see if I'm going to heat up. Yep, I'm going to heat up. It's not a burn, it's just hot. And then I need to re-level because we changed the hot end. So let me home Z and just see. Actually, let me just go ahead and just home Z real quick here with my finger on the button, just in case I ram into the bed. Paying out 2 for 1 for burns. There we go. Looked like it wasn't a burn. It was just like it was getting too hot to hold the finger on. Dramatic effect, right? I do that for drama. So let's see. We're not going to ram the bed. We're going to far from ram the bed. So we are a long ways off that bed. So what we are going to do is we are going to lower that sensor, lower that switch, that Z homing switch. We are good. Oh gosh, we're a good 10 millimeters off that bed. 5 millimeters. Tighten that one for now. Let's home Z again. Oh, we're getting there. Where's my piece of paper? Oh, where's my gauge? My feeler gauge. There's my feeler gauge. Love these things. 0.1 millimeter feeler gauge. Still got a fair bit of lowering to do. Of the sensor. Let's try that. Oh, we're almost there. A little bit more. Oh, why is that loose? There we go. A little bit more. Let's try that. Ooh. Now we can tighten our springs. There we go. There we go. Now we'll use the... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's get the Z up out of the way a bit here. Now we can use our our leveling, our manual leveling assist tool here. We're going to home it because of this great Gyres firmware. Bottom left. Get our gauge under there, and let's go ahead and start. There we go. Top left. This is the boring stuff. There we go, top right. I didn't burn. I didn't get burned, you guys. It was more dramatic reaction. Obviously, it had some effect. You guys are concerned that I burned myself, but I didn't burn myself. There we go, bottom right. Didn't burn myself. I promise. If I touch it now, it'll burn. There we go. And we'll just go check them once more, and then we'll get a print going here, guys. Got to load some filament first, obviously. It's good. I like this feeler gauge because I can actually just slide it through. It just feels just a little more accurate feel than a piece of paper for me. There we go. Yeah, this project was burning for a bit. You're right. Counts for a little bit, not much. Oh, excuse me, I'm stuffed up. Allergies. And a little bit looser. There we go. And let's just check the middle for fun. I always like to check the middle. It tells me how warped my bed is. It's not bad. It's a little bit loose in the middle, so I'm just gonna give them all a little bit of an eighth of a turn to help compensate for the middle. Okay. heat you up to 210. Let's load some filament. I'll do the same filament as I did last week. Give me a good comparison. Load filament after a print is started, more efficient. Yeah. I actually tried to start a print on a stream once. I hadn't loaded the filament. Talk about embarrassing. Like the time I shouldn't tell you guys this, but yeah, no, I don't think I will. I'll tell you my little scuba diving embarrassment thing. Let me put these tools away while that's raising. Not like I've ever gone diving and forgot my fins on the boat. Okay. Let's zoom in here. Let's get a good close zoom in here. There we go. Let's extrude some filament. See if we can get some filament coming through. I know you're heating. Oh, man, I got feathers all over. Oh man, that bunny thing was kind of whitened up my blue sweater. There we go. Let's see if I can extrude 20 millimeters of filament here. There we go. You have filament. I should have done a lighter color filament. Damn. Oh well, it's purple. Okay, good, good, good. And I believe I have that same cube. Nobody's pointed out yet what I haven't done. I'm going to see if anybody does point it out. Let's see. I think it's on this SD card. I did a Shep cube. Shep. No media. That's right, Jason. 30. Was it on this one? I probably formatted it, but anyways. Oh, that's a D-Win set. Oh, come on. Do I have to reslice the cube? Maybe I do. Oh, I think it might be on this one. Nope. So I'm going to have to just download the model real quick here. Just a quick cube. It's probably still in my slicer, actually. Hang on. Boom. No, that's the benchy. I don't want that one. Is it this one? No. Oh. It's not that one either. Let me see if I still have the Shep cube. I do have it right there. Okay, real quick. I'm just going to quickly slice up a model here, guys, real quick. Under 3v2. Generic PLA, 0.2 normal. Okay, let's delete that one. Let's bring the cube in. And let's print settings. Let's do 0.2. Let's just do 2 parameters because I'm in a hurry. Let's do 4 and 3 because I'm in a hurry. Infill, we'll just do 15%. Distance from object 25, 2 loops. Filament settings 210, 210, 60, 60 is fine. Print settings look good. Plater, let's slice it up. Okay, according to that, it's 30 minutes. Let's put the card in. Let's send it to the card. Come on. And save and eject. Lickety slice, just like that. Nobody's pointed out my mistake yet, so good. Something I haven't done, and it'll be interesting to see if this works. Probably I just put it on the card. I just put it on the card. Gonna start to tick me off here. It's right there. Why is it grayed out? I'm going to swear. Let's format this card again. FAT32, 4090, 8192. Yeah, you don't need to have anything super farm. Anyways. Format complete. Close. Boom. Where's my slicer window? Where's the slicer? Send to my card. Save. Close. Let's make sure it's on the card. D drive. It's on the card, but it's grayed out. No, it's not. If I double click it, G-code viewer. There it is. Eject. File name. You think the file name's too long? Is that a problem with... You know, you're probably right, Ben. You're probably right, Ben. Let's just shorten it to Chep. I've never... I don't think I've ever had a problem with file name too long, but could very well be right, and you're probably right, Ben. It's still... No media. Okay, I put the card in. I formatted the card. Okay. It was an old DWin set I tried. I formatted the card, put the G-code file on. I put the card in, print. It still has the old file that I formatted off of the card on it. Maybe the card's gone. So let's try another card here. Wow. I've never had that happen before. I've never had that happen. Okay, let's try this card. This is just how it's meant to go for me tonight. Let's call it check queue. Eject. Safely ejected. Here we go. Let's try this one. Different card. There it is. Obviously a problem with the card. Which card was it so I can throw it out? I guess these things only last so long. That was this one. So I say I bid you adieu card. Now it's half a card. It's only half the card it used to be. Got to be a problem with the card. It's done. It's done. No, a card won't fit in upside down, Andrew. Believe me, I've tried. No, it reads the card pretty instantly. Use the new card and it's fine. Jason, I don't know if you mean that sarcastically or not, but thank you. Here we go. Here we go. Nobody's pointed out what I haven't done yet, so that's good because this may tell me I don't need to do it. Oh, maybe I do. Oh, I think I do. We're calming down a bit. But I got to figure out how to do it. There we go. Yeah. Oh no, it seems to be working fine. Here we go. Let me get the boogers. Come on, get the boogers before it hits. Let's get ready on the live Z adjust. Yeah, I haven't PID tuned it yet. but that's not what I'm thinking. Yeah, we got to lower that a bit. There we go. That was a little high. Yeah, I got a PID tune it, which is nice. The Gyros firmware has that built right in. And that looks like it's going to be good. No, I haven't. It's been said in chat, but I'm probably okay. Yeah, Mark's got it right there, a different thermostat. I haven't told the firmware I'm using a different thermostat. Do I need to? I went from a bulb thermostat I went from the bulb to one of these, like to the, the cartridge thermostat. Do I need to tell firmware it's a different thermostat, or do those use the same thermostat settings? It seems to be running fine though. So Mark hit it right on the nose there. Let me zoom in even closer so you can kind of see what's going on here. It's dark filament, but you might get the idea. I don't just PID tune. Okay. To one of what? Likely the same thermostat setting. Okay, yeah. Because it's yeah, I got a PID tune for sure because it's bouncing between 213 and 209, and it's set in the slicer is 210. So this is bouncing up and down a little bit in temperature. So that could be because I haven't PID tuned yet, but I'll do that off air. But the Gyros firmware, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it has PID tuning for the hot end and the bed built in. You just go in, boom, boom, boom. It's got E-step calibration built in, I believe, or I could be mixing that up with the CR6 SE firmware. So, oh, and you know what I didn't do else? You know what else I didn't do? Yeah. Let's see how this prints. I'll probably get a clog. I didn't hot tighten the nozzle. Woohoo! Which is, it's not, I tightened it. I didn't hot tighten it. It's not as big a deal because it's not a Bowden system. It's an all metal hot end, which means the Bowden is not going right to the nozzle. So I'll probably be okay. I'll hot tighten it later. So yeah, it's just because that I was sort of thrown for a loop with the whole display thing issue, and I get a little bit flustered when something like that happens. So always a good habit when you're done with your tools, put your tools away so you know where they are for next time. I have a drawer there specifically for Wera tools. Yeah, so I will hot tighten that later, but as I say, I don't think it's as big a deal with the Bowden tube not touching the actual physical hot end. So it's still important to hot tighten, but I think I'll be okay for now. I saw red. You can still get leakage. Yeah. Gyros has PID auto tune. You just set the temp. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know so does the community firmware for the CR6 SE. So yeah, I got a PID auto tune it, and I've got to do a. I shouldn't have to touch the E-step calibrations because I haven't changed feeders at all. So feeder should be fine. Just calibrate the PID tune the hot end for this new one. So I'll put this display back on the printer it belongs to. Let's just see how this print turns out, and we'll call it a night. So appreciate everybody hanging in and so forth. So while I have everybody's attention, we're watching this. My stream is now sponsored. I'm going to be getting some official sponsor material soon. But let me. We are officially sponsored by these folks here, you guys, Matter 3D. They're based out of British Columbia, Canada. They make great filament. They're coming out with all sorts of new colors, new materials. The wood fill is one of their newer ones. And they've got all sorts of new colors coming into their lineup. And they even have a carbon fiber PET G. So, yeah, They ship to Canada and they ship to the U.S. They actually ship worldwide. So, but basically, these guys are chemists first and foremost, and they make a pure PLA. Pure PLA and their filament is basically your raw materials are your filament raw material and your color. And other than that, they don't add additives to it. So I've tried a lot of their filaments, including their PLA carbon fiber, and they've run really, really well for me. So I just wanted to throw that in, and I will be getting some more media to show off these guys as we go. But these guys are my official sponsors, and I thank them for being so. Back to me. Yay. Thanks, Jerry. Do I know where you can find a heat bed for a VoxLab 3D? I don't. Maybe somebody on stream does. I'm not familiar with VoxLab at all. The GoFundMe, thank you for reminding me of that. Let me put a link here. Let's see. I have that link very handy. So far, the GoFundMe has raised $1,609 for helping out our good friend Richard Cleveland at the First Lair and his wife. It is helping. They've been able to get back on the air doing their broadcasts. He was on today live at noon. They're making plans. He's got job offers on both sides of the country that he mentioned today on his stream. I was talking to him earlier about that anyways. Looks like he's probably going to move west out towards British Columbia, which is great. They don't get Chinooks out there, so he won't have issues with his migraines, which a lot of people suffer from here in Alberta because of the Chinooks we get. But it has raised $1,609. That's minus the fees that GoFundMe takes. Their fees are very reasonable. They take 3.5% plus 30 cents, so which is not much at all per transition. 30 cents per transition. So every penny has gone to Richard so far, and that is still open. If anybody is interested in donating, it's still open, and there's the link right there. So I appreciate everybody's input into that, and I know Richard does as well, as he thanked the community today on his stream. So thank you. Thanks for bringing that up, Andrew. A helicopter, or is this something else? No, there's no helicopter involved in this. No. No helicopter. So as I say, Richard, they're looking at moving. They will be moved by May, I believe, but he will continue streaming. So no matter where he goes, he's going to continue his channel. It's going to live, and that's thanks to a lot of you guys from the community. So. Okay, I just saw Bardicus's post there about Phidias recommends hot tightening at high temperature. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that when this print is done, actually. So while it's still warm. Perfect. Let's see. Oops, wrong window. There I am. And this is definitely, yeah. Oops, I'm on the wrong window in this one. This is definitely looking, well, it's hard to see. I'm going to move this camera closer for you guys. Oops, let me switch windows while I do this. How about to, hang on a minute. How about if I do this and come down and in, and if I turn the light on, there we go. You get a little bit of a view there. But in the meantime, I'm going to move this camera. I'm going to give you a better view in a second here. Hang on. The helicopter, or is this something else? What helicopter? What you got? I don't know what you guys are referring to. Something I'm not aware about. Let me look at this. And if I zoom this, there we go. That's much better. Okay, if I switch over to this one now, much better view. It's definitely a cleaner print than last week when the fans were way too high. Where's that little feather thing coming from? It's annoying me. Come on. Jump, 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 jump. There we go. Got rid of it. Chinook. Oh, Chinook. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Chinook. Okay. No, a Chinook. We call them up here in Alberta, we call them Chinook winds. We get it. We're in a unique situation here. We're in location to the mountains. They probably get them in some of the mountainous American states as well, east of the mountains. If we look west, we get what's called a Chinook arch. So the cloud formations form. It's literally, if you look in the sky, it's a big arch of cloud, and then blue sky on the other side of that arch of clouds. And that's caused by it's something to do with the elevation and the cold and warm winds that are blowing in from the west. Western Canada is warmer. Once you cross the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains, we get more. That's when we get the more severe winter weather. So the warm winds that come in from the west when we have a west wind, which sometimes we call the Pineapple Express because we get the winds from Hawaii, they form this arch. It's sort of just a natural phenomenon that happens in the sky. And I don't know where the word Chinook comes from, but it's called a Chinook arch. They call it a Chinook arch, and we get the Chinook winds, which is why we can sometimes in February or January, even December, be outside in a t-shirt on these days when we get these Chinook winds. So yeah, I figured you'd get them in the U.S. as well, Ben, because especially down when you're just east of those mountain ranges, right, which is where they're formed, and you get that warm west wind coming across. So. Yeah, that the walls of that cube are looking a lot better than it did last week, for sure. Off the Rocky Mountains into the plains. Yep, that's right, John. Oh, there we go. I need a drink of water. So, stream didn't go exactly as I planned it, but it's ending up to be not bad. So we actually got the problem solved, and thanks to some creative minds coming together, I appreciate all the help on that. I might not have thought of firmware being the issue for that, but that's funny that's what happened. So something corrupted the firmware. Let's see. I'm going to speed this up a little bit just for fun. First, I'm going to tweak the hot end a bit, and then I'm going to speed it up to 120%. See if I can ruin the quality of this print. Put different music on. Oh, okay. I could do that. Oh, music ended. Let's try this. Let's try some rock. Tell me if it's too loud. Is that good or is it too loud? That's a nice purple filament. It's I just had it laying around on my when I redid my filament shelf over here. I had it laying. I found it. It was buried somewhere. I don't hear that music at all. I don't know if it's playing. Let me know if you can hear it. Chinook is a fish, is it? Maybe it's because of the shape of the arch. Maybe it's because of the shape of the arch. They call it a Chinook arch. I don't know. Maybe it's shaped like a fish. Sounds good, Apprentice. Absolutely. You can email me at dwit3dcanada@gmail.com, or you can direct message me on Twitter or Facebook. Chinook is an Indian tribe. Okay, okay. Shows how much I know the history of Alberta, but that makes more sense why they would have called it Chinook Winds. Yep. Salmon. Brand. Yeah, I got the music on. Volume's at 16. You should be able to hear something. Yeah, definitely need to tune this a little bit. My corners are. Need to tune the flow. Corners are a little bit. It's hard to see on here, but I can see, especially on this corner, you can kind of see where they're not perfect. The corners on here, so I got to do a little bit of tuning on this yet too. I know people are going to say throw a clipper on it. It's easy to tune all this stuff up, but hey. American military helicopters are named after Indian tribes. Oh, I did not know that. Okay. A little louder. I did not know that, John. A breed of dog as well. Wow. See, you learn all kinds of stuff on a DeWitt 3D stream. Let's speed her up a bit more. Just because I want to go to bed. No. I'm just curious to see if it can handle the speed. We'll go to 8:30, then we're going to call it. A little half hour over my normal time. David Wilson. Hey, David. They were big in Vietnam. I didn't know that. That's cool. No music, Mark? What is going on? Should be something there. Hopefully it's not too loud for people. But we only got another 7 minutes. It's not my bedtime, but it's my wind down from the weekend time, I suppose. I don't know. It's just, I do a little, I like to get to bed before 11. So, well, there's music, it's just low. I'm doing the StreamYard music. I'm not quite familiar with the volume on it yet. So I'm thinking if I go to 30, 40, maybe 40 is a perfect volume for this. Maybe that's too loud. Depends if you have headphones on or not. I can hear it in my speakers and it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Apache helicopter, Longbow, Chinook, Blackhawk. Okay. I never put. I've watched movies and seen the names of those helicopters. I've never really put two and two together and thought of that. Well, that's quite interesting, and I wonder why they do that. Some history to that, I'm sure. I got some cleaning up to do in here. Oh, wow. You were in Vietnam. Wow. Well, thank you for your service. Cool. I've heard of the Chinook helicopter. Now that you say it, I've heard of it. Yes. What was that movie? Apocalypse Now, I believe it was called. I'm not sure what kind of helicopters they were flying, but older, I'm sure. But if you're familiar with that movie, a lot of you are probably too young to know that movie, Apocalypse Now. That was with Martin Sheen. It had a heck of a cast in it, and Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando? I think it was Marlon Brando. Okay, interesting. It's on Netflix now. Apocalypse Now. It's a good movie. Great movie. I think that was Marlon Brando. He goes, the horror. The horror. It's Martin Sheen. What's that other guy's name? He had the big scar down his face in this movie. Tom Berenger. Yeah, great movie. Yeah, I can see the quality where I sped it up there is a little bit. The layer lines have shifted a bit. That's okay. 8:26. I'm going to stop this in a second. We'll have a quick look at it, but the main objective was done. I don't want to clog this nozzle either, so I'd rather stop and then just do the Hot Titan tomorrow. Willem Dafoe. Yes, Willem Dafoe. Was Tom Berenger in it too, though? Willem Dafoe's great. You were in Pleiku. Platoon. I think Platoon was Willem Dafoe. Or was Tom Berenger Willem Dafoe? I get those movies mixed up all the time. Then there's the other really, really good one, if you haven't seen, called The Deer Hunter. Really great movie. Vietnam. I believe it's a Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Vietnam movie as well. Great movie, The Deer Hunter. Robert Duvall was in Apocalypse Now. That's right. He was the nut when they were on the beach and there's bombs going off all around, and he's just calm as a cucumber. And then they surf. Remember the surfboard scene when they all grab the surfboards? And yeah, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. That's right. There's such they don't make those movies nearly like. They don't make movies like that nearly as good as these days. I miss those great old movies like Apocalypse Now, The Deer Hunter, When We Were Soldiers, all sorts of them. The closest one I saw was what was the one? It was the guy that wouldn't hold a gun. I can see it clear as day. He wouldn't hold a gun, and he ends up, and they're climbing this thing, and he ends up saving a whole bunch of lives. They were giving him a hard time because he wouldn't fire a gun. Heartbreak Ridge was Clint Eastwood. So, yeah, the other. I'm sure somebody out there has seen it. So. Am I using an endoscope? 5mm or 8mm, an endoscope. Oh, for this view? No, I'm just using a camera. Platoon, great movie. MacGyver, John Wayne. Yeah, they don't make movies. Very rarely does a good movie come along that's worth watching once or twice in the theater. Very rarely. You know, Clint Eastwood's going to be gone soon. A lot of these old actors are, I guess from my generation. I don't know. There's Ryan Reynolds. He's doing okay. Yeah, no, that Bear. This is a. I can hold it up. Hang on. Let me just switch cameras really quick. That is this camera here. It has a 5 to 50mm zoom on it. It's less expensive than you may think for one of these little cameras. It works extremely well. Let's see if it's still in focus. Oh, almost. Let me focus it. There we are. Well, I'm going to Jackie Chan. Yeah, Jackie Chan was good in his day too. Well, I'm going to go back to this camera because I'm going to end this. I want to pull this print off. I'm going to stop this print midway here. Oh, let's stop this. Let's stop the madness. I've got to properly PID tune and hot tighten this nozzle anyways. And let's confirm. Boom, boom, and oh, come on. Where is the disable steppers? Right there. There we go. So, yeah, this is pretty decent. Let's go back here. Actually, the light's too bright. There's my bottom layer. You're not going to focus on me. There it is. I like this filament. Bottom layer is great. Yeah, corners. I need to tune it because the corners have a lot to be desired, but much better looking print so far than last week's. There's the Z seam. I didn't move that in Prusa Slicer, and my infill. So yeah, looks good. Nice filament, shiny. Much better print now that things are working proper. I like the texture I get on this bed. So, okay, folks. Now it's time to say goodbye to Ben and all my friends. I'd like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have an heap and helping of my hospitality. That really ages me. Nice bottom texture here, and that's the BQ. Oh, that's hot. That's the BQ flexible build plate. Good system, good build plates. So nice texture for the bottom. Hey, Michael, you're just in time for me to sign off. Thank you everybody for the. Oh, let me turn this off. Come on, stop. There we go. It's driving me nuts. Rock music. Thanks for everybody for dropping in. Michael, thank you for popping in last second. Give me a like anyways. And I know you're already subscribed, but thanks, folks. I appreciate it. And next week we'll do something more fun. I'll burn myself. I didn't burn myself. We'll do the bunny ears again, stuff like that. We'll have more fun next week. Figure out what we're going to do. But until then, listen, have a great week. Stay safe, everybody. We'll catch all you guys on the streams throughout the week. And again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to everybody for the super chats. And thank you especially to everybody who's contributed to the GoFundMe for Richard and the First Layer to keep them alive. Much appreciated. And we'll catch you guys next week. Take care. Bye for now.
Super chat.
Wrong button. Bye.